My name is Jeremiah Smith. I was born in January of 1978. It should be what people will do, man. You never know. Well, what made me get into porn? As far as I know, nobody in my family knows what my job has been. Um, no, I don't have any pets. The reason I don't have any is because, well, first of all, I can't really afford one at the moment. Sure, I can play one real quick. Let me see if this thing's in tune. No, just working music. Blue collar stuff. If not, it's close enough. Let's do this. Well, you're looking at this basically is retired life. If there is such a thing as retiring, which I don't believe that there is, because you need something to keep you going. I mean, it might not be on camera all the time anymore or anything like that, but that doesn't mean I'm not still working somehow, doing something. We all gotta make a living, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm trying to do these little shows and all that. Yes, I do, but they're partially hobbies, kind of careers. Can never stop working, so I book and promote live events. I'm a musician, an artist, just a lot of different things. Anything that can make me money and I'm not completely shit at, I'll give a shot nowadays. I mean, there's really not too many other options. Sure, I do a lot for money, but I'm not going to do animal fighting. I just can't. I mean, I've had offers where it's not necessarily like me bringing a dog and fighting against another dog. It's more me fighting a dog and them betting on the dog. And sure, it could be fun if I thought they were playful, but I know how these dogs are treated and everything else. They're just mean suckers, and it's not due to them. It's due to how they were brought up and everything else. A little bit of temperament too, but I just can't do that. I mean, there's nothing right about that. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like they're going to put me up against a pit bull. They're putting me up against mastiffs. Do you know how big a mastiff is? Hell no. It wasn't the fact of getting paid to have sex. That's great and all, but it was a travel. It was a getting meet new people. You know what I'm saying? Get out of a nice small town. That's really what drew me to it. Got to do a lot of things I never thought I would ever get to do. It was more about that. I mean, in the beginning, it was about the money a little bit, but that's not really what got me or caught me. You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't really have a pretty trick anymore. I mean, back in the day, before the accident, sure. I used to walk out with 12 shots and be able to balance them on my penis the whole way through the party, have people grab off that. I don't know if it's a party trick, but I know people liked it. It was a good time, but, right place, right time, and that accident changed all that, so. It's an honest living. You know what I'm saying? Like, anyone that sees the video knows what you did or do to get paid. You know what I mean? So, there's that. When I started, it was, nothing but big dick videos and all that. And that worked. But I took a job that I probably shouldn't have with a sex machine that's like the one they use for women but for men, and it broke my dick. I was able to stay in porn, but it was the opposite end. It was the small dick videos, and those became less popular. So you see the same stuff on the way up as you do down. So it was back to threesomes. One time it was a schnauzer, and then what was the other one? A Pomeranian, stuff like that. Just you know, nothing that classy, nothing that elegant, but it is what it says on the box. You know what I'm saying? So there's been a lot of work like that. I want to keep my company away from doing that. I want to keep it classy. So just human on human, whenever possible. Work wise, anything done in Guatemala. No. It's not that anything I did over there was bad or that the people necessarily were. I just didn't have a good time down there. It was all go, no stop. Couldn't take in the sights, couldn't even fall asleep. You know, they booked my time and they booked every second of that time. So, if it wasn't an animal, it was a person, and it was nonstop. If I was sleeping, they'd wake me up because they loved those wake up scenes, and yeah, it was just a mess. See, mom and dad caught me and the dog being a little too friendly, and they said if you're gonna act like that, you're gonna have to get married. So, yeah, but that got basically annulled. It was never fully legal. I thought it was. I mean, I was still young, so what did I know? But yeah. No, I don't think that they'll ever change the law on, you know, relationships between people and animals. I can't see it happening. I mean, if it didn't happen in the 60s, I doubt it's ever going to happen. So, I mean, so much got pushed ahead right then, and even hippies are kind of against what it is that my profession has been and possibly will be again. Yeah, I've never worked with rhinos. People have always tried to get me to, but it's just too big of a hassle. I mean, you never know how they're going to act, how they're going to react. They could kill you easily. It's just too big of a pain in the ass, really, to be honest with you. I don't want to do it. Snakes, yeah, there are plenty of ways you can act with snakes. Usually gardener snakes, stuff like that. You can use them as a double-ended dildo, shit like that. A lot of people go for the gerbil instead, which I kind of get why, but with this, there's a lot you can do and a lot that I have done. The money's usually pretty good. With these, there's different options you have. You see the log beaks, they are used for exactly what you think they are, you know. So that is a good thing, but also due to their height, you can do plenty to them. Now with horses, I've never really acted with horses just because you're always on the receiving end because you can't get any reaction out of them, and something that size can kill you. Now stuff in water, that can be okay. I mean, this was softcore, I think. Yeah. Now, this dog likes to be choked with that. You have to pay extra to the owner. And, you know, it's really rough to find one that, first of all, is into it, and second of all, people that are into that kind of thing. Now, sheep, everyone knows sheep. They're easy, they're simple, they're usually how people break into it. But sheep dogs, not so much, even though they are kind, compassionate animals. And nobody wants to see them as that. It's the truth. Now, this dog's in the BDSM, just like with the other one, a little bit more expensive. You can see the collar on it, you know, the harness, all that. And the dog put it on himself. So, pretty easy day work for whoever was working with him. I can tell because it looks kind of sloppily put on him. That's the reason I know he put it on himself. And, oh, that must be at the end of shooting. Okay. This has to be. I mean, I can't think of another time that this would happen. You know? They usually don't high five going in. Getting psyched because it's going to be a long day of shooting. You can tell. Oh yeah, I've worked with this team before. One of them's always all about it. You can tell. The one on the left, the one on the right, just they're way too into drugs, and unfortunately, due to that, they have to do this. technically I don't live here. Another family does, but they're not around. So I've been staying here. Nah, I wouldn't call myself a hobo, anything like that. I mean, not that that term's derogatory or anything else. It's just that's not the way I see myself. I see myself as a hard worker, somebody that overcomes adversity, a businessman in many respects. Sure, people aren't going to like what I do, but people also look down on garbage men, and we need garbage men, right? So, same thing with plumbers. Yeah, this is a new place. People ended up coming back. It was just a big whole mess. This place I got for $10 a month. No, not the house. I'll show you. And then I had to help out from time to time, but I definitely lived in a lot worse spots than this. Now, by no means is it the best. Like any stretch, as you can see. Just pretty normal overall. They won't really let me bring in anything in here, so actually I sleep right here. It's not a lot of space. The mat's put away, but yeah. Things are looking up. I got my own place. Yeah, it's not so bad. I kind of like it a little bit more this way. The weather's warm, at least for now. You know, had some rain and everything, but at least it's a roof. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to deal with strangers. That was a big thing. It wasn't them not wanting me there. I'm used to that, but just, yeah. This is actually one of the better places I've lived. You don't have to worry about people stopping by or whatever, bugging you as much. Fuck off. I mean, mind your own business. You know what I'm saying? As long as somebody's not forcing themselves on other people or animals or whatever, as long as it's consensual and they're of age, you know, let people do what they're gonna do. Not everyone's sane. Not saying I am either. Yeah, things are looking up, that's for sure, man. Just found out within the past few days that Peter's gonna start showing some of my videos at their private rallies and stuff again. Which it's been a long time. I'm just glad that they're doing it again. It's been way too long. So, you know, they truly love animals in every way that counts. And I don't care what anyone says. They are a valid and good organization. Who knows? Maybe a comeback is something that can happen. Um, it's not anything I really planned for, but we will see what happens with all this. I'm just really excited. I might even get to start touring again and doing like PETA conventions, stuff like that. Get to meet the people, you know, on their level, which is always an awesome thing. So, yeah, like I said, things are definitely looking up. We'll see what happens. Things could change, but I'm not making any plans yet because they haven't started showing them yet. But I will probably try to do at least a little booking here or there in about a month. Jail isn't so bad. I mean, whenever I went, it's been solitary the whole time. You know, it's time to clear your head, come to terms with some things, make some plans, that kind of thing. You know, I've never really been in general population. So, because if I was, I'm guessing I'd probably be dead within a week. There's a few women that accused me of getting them pregnant, and yeah, it's not necessarily because they wanted me to be the father, let's put it that way. People found out that it was a good little scheme to say that I was the one that did it, and then do that they could get child support and also other kinds of benefits and maybe even sue me or whatever. So yeah, that did happen for a while, but at that point, it was all work. You know what I'm saying? So if it didn't happen on a set, it basically didn't happen. So they can say whatever they want about me, but that doesn't make any of this true. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any kids out there. You know, I've never seen one that looks quite like me, so. No, I never really thought I'd be here. When I was younger, I wanted to be here, but just being nominated, I never really thought that that was an option. Do you know what I mean? Just didn't seem like it was in the cards. We did shoot a new movie recently, and that put me back on the radar, I'm sure. I think that this documentary really helped with that. May have not won an award, but just being there again in that stadium with all those people adopting pets, everything else was just a great experience. Now I guess it's time to really just give it a go again. You know, I'm unionized, so let's give it a shot.